Hi, I'm Dane. Welcome to your new Capstone apartment. First, I want to tell you, you made the right call in choosing your apartment. This is a great place, and I know you're going to like living here. Now, the next thing I want to talk to you about is an issue that you probably haven't given a lot of thought to since you moved in, and that's safety and security. Now, it's not exactly like safety was the first thing on my mind when I came here either, but it is a subject that's really serious, and it does deserve your attention. Now, I want to go over a couple things with you over the next few minutes that could make a real difference to you if something should happen. And no one's trying to scare you into thinking that you've moved into a dangerous place or neighborhood. The people at Capstone have gone out of their way to design and maintain a facility that's as safe or safer than any place around campus. Hey, I'll be the first to tell you, a lot of this stuff is just basic common sense. But that's really what safety and security is all about anyway. Common sense and keeping aware of your surroundings. So let's get started with inside your apartment.
First, the number one and simplest rule, keep your doors locked. Even during the day, when you're home, it's a good idea. It's not like a thief has to wait for the sun to go down. Next thing, when someone knocks at your door, most people automatically respond with, "Come on in."
Come in. Hey man, get up. Who are you? Get up.
And not only did this person not have their door locked, they unknowingly invited in a stranger. What you need to do is get up, go to the door, ask who they are,
Who is it?
and check the peephole. If you don't recognize them, don't let them in. Remember, if you do get into trouble from a break-in while you're home, or you find yourself in an assault situation, your apartment does have a panic button.
As you can hear, this will set off a very loud alarm, but it will also notify a 24-hour monitoring service. Help will arrive to your apartment as soon as possible.
Let me warn you though, never try to test this alarm yourself or set it off as a joke. Any misuse of the panic button will be dealt with severely and will result in an immediate monetary fine. And as always, in any emergency, you can dial the local police department or call 911. Keep in mind though that 911 calls should be reserved for life-threatening situations only. Now here's another one. Before going to bed, always check doors and windows to make sure that they're locked. And never leave a door unlocked because a roommate's out late and will be in later. And speaking of roommates, know your roommate's schedule. Now it's not that hard to do. A message left on the answering machine or a note on the refrigerator is all it takes. Let's talk about your answering machine for a minute. Now the main rule here is to be careful about not giving out any more information than is necessary. And there's simply no reason to give out information about your whereabouts or schedule of when you'll be coming and going. And here are a few messages that you want to stay away from.
You've reached the residence of Jenny Smith and Mary Rogers. Please leave a message at the beep.
Stay away from leaving your full name. And if a stranger got your phone number from someplace with your full name, it would be very easy for them to find your home address.
I'm out right now, but I'll be back at 9:30. Leave a message.
Don't give out times of when you'll be arriving back at your apartment. There's no sense in giving strangers information on when they can time your arrival.
Bob and Mike are out of town this weekend. Leave a message or call back Monday when we are back in town.
And don't give out any information about when you won't be at your apartment. That's simply just inviting a break-in. The best thing is to keep it simple and keep it generic.
You've reached 673-4521. I'm sorry we can't take your call at this time. Please leave a message at the tone.
Let's talk about coming and going from your apartment, which is actually when you're most vulnerable to assault. Now, the most important thing to remember if you find yourself in an assault situation is to resist leaving the apartment complex with a stranger. Statistics show you are in far greater danger if you leave the area of the initial assault than if you resist and try to make yourself noticed. To minimize your risk of assault, I want to go over a few things with you. First, try to avoid fumbling for your keys when you're entering your apartment or getting into your car. Make these steps a habit. Walk up, unlock, get in, lock up. Again, the same thing goes for your car. You're much safer driving with your car doors locked. Now, when walking to and from your car and apartment, remember, staying aware of your surroundings is by far your best defense. And you may also want to consider a personal safety device like a keyring alarm or pepper spray. And don't forget, many car manufacturers are now equipping keyrings with panic alarm buttons. Also, many of you probably have a cell phone. It's always a good idea to call ahead and let someone know you're on the way, especially at night. And even pretending to talk on a cell phone is a good way to discourage an assault. An attacker is less likely to assault someone who can immediately tell someone else they're in trouble. And if it's possible, avoid coming and going from your car late at night, especially if you're by yourself. And remember, there's always safety in numbers. As for some general safety and security advice, Avoiding theft, I'm sure, is high on your list. Limiting the thief's temptation is really the best way to do this. In other words, don't leave valuables in plain sight in your apartment or car. And CDs left on the front seat of your car are just too inviting. You may also want to consider participating in an apartment watch program. These types of programs can be very effective, especially if the thief has a feeling there are extra eyes watching him. Another thing to keep in mind is to always notify management of anything odd or unusual. And don't hesitate to report lighting failures in the parking lot or around the building.
Again, the most important factor to staying safe and secure is being aware of your surroundings. If you think about it, you'd be surprised how doing these few simple things can effectively minimize your security risk. For the management at Capstone and myself, we appreciate you watching this program. Take care, everybody, and stay safe.